Welcome. This is the Paul and Stephen podcast. We are now into 2024, believe it or not. So we all want to celebrate that. Obviously, my very good friend Stephen Leckie, he wants to celebrate it in particular. Yes.
You seem to have slimmed down.
Yeah, I have. Thank you very much, Stephen. Yeah, thank you for noticing.
What's your secret?
It's just training hard, eating really healthy food, having a positive mental attitude, genetics. It's a host of things. 7 kilos, just to confirm. That's 15 pounds.
And that's
Thank you.
What period of time?
That was over about 3 weeks, but which I know seems quick. But it's maintaining it. That's the big thing now.
Christmas, wasn't it?
It was over Christmas.
What else were you doing over Christmas?
I was
lose that amount of weight.
Well, I was eating a lot and doing lots of training.
Now then, you haven't introduced yourself yet.
My name is Paul Charland. I'm a off-plan and investment manager at House Real Estate. I came here in 2005. I started work for a very good real estate company. And then when I started work there in 2005, which was September the 1st, Stephen Leckie had started there 2 months previously. So we've known each other for a very long time, hence why we're so friendly to each other. Over to you, Stephen.
Hello there. Stephen Leckie, real estate agent from House here in Dubai. This is my 21st year in Dubai. I know. It's
mental.
I will never see 21 again, unfortunately. There we go. So, yes. And this is Paul.
Hiya.
I've known him too long.
19 years, Stephen.
Is it really that?
Yes. And every day, every morning he sees me, he greets me like he's never seen me before. Just like my nan used to. So lovely.
Yeah, and
so lovely.
Yeah. That's right.
Anyway, so we better start talking about property, Stephen.
Go on then.
But you're going to talk about the new rules for the Golden Visa, which is very exciting. They're only making it easy.
That's just some new news that's happened.
Yes, more positive news.
As we said, almost in every single podcast, things are getting better and better every 2 or 3 months.
Better and easier.
Yes, easier and better. So the visa situation now is we've had golden visas, I think, now for about 4 years, and it's proven to be very popular. It started off where you had to invest around 10 million dirhams to get a golden visa. Then it went down to 2 million, 5 million, and then 2 million.
Yeah.
And now they have said, and it used to be 2 million, and the property had to be finished, and it couldn't be off plan.
Title deed.
Then it went to, it could be off plan, but you have to have spent a million dirhams already. So the project had to be at least 50% completed. And now it's a 2 million dirham property. Yes, it has to cost that as an off plan property. And you can pay a small amount of money towards the property. And it doesn't have to have reached any specific construction milestone. Having said that, there will be variances between developers. There will be, because some developers are more reliable than others in terms of construction. So it's a little bit in the grey area there. There's still some questions, and the Dubai Land Department can clear those up. But as I always say, if you are interested in getting a golden visa, we have people that can help you with that process. They can advise you, and they can give you some honest information, because it is changing literally on almost a weekly basis, the information we're getting.
Yes, and just to follow that, and this is the really important thing here, is that there's new and updated information and news coming about just golden visas in general, business visas, moving to Dubai, families. So the whole thing that Dubai is doing, the government, is only going to get easier. It's not going to get any more difficult, because the whole part of obviously what Dubai wants and is planning is for as many nice people from around the world to move to Dubai, whether that's to put their kids in school, start a business, do a job. And as I said, in another 3 months, it will probably be easier again. In another year, it'll be easier again. That is the main thing to think of. Just get some good advice with up-to-date information, and to take it from there. See you soon.
Very good. Well done, Paul.
Thank you, Stephen.
I've got to just do a little plug, because House have asked me to do a plug. The 2023 off-plan market report has just been your 2020. It's 2023 off-plan market report. You can go to our website.
It's 2024 now. Just checking.
No, but You can't report on something that hasn't happened.
I can.
Okay.
Carry on.
But we're talking about 2023, previous quarter. It's Callum just walking past there.
Okay.
With giving me the grin, and no doubt I'll come back and try and make me laugh again. Yes, so it's very interesting. I'm not going to go through any details, etc. But
just give us a quick overview, please, Stephen.
So we're talking about off-plan market, the market, etc. And what's happened in 2023? There's this. Obviously, Dubai population increased by almost 200,000 people.
Amazing amount of people moving here.
Anyway, 2023, record-breaking transactions. Everybody's got all different sorts of numbers about how many deals have been done.
But we have the correct numbers, Stephen.
We do. It's in the market report.
Yep.
Yes.
Very important, this.
Apartments.
Correct information is key. It can't always be like, when we say something, at that time, it's to the best of our knowledge and correct, just so you know. So if you're listening to this in 2025, something that we've said now might not actually be the same in 2025. Just putting it out there. True. Thank you.
So apartment transactions in 2023, 56,253. Townhouse transactions. So townhouse to us is basically a house that's connected to another one, whether that be a terrace or a semi-detached. And then we've got villas, which are totally detached properties, just 891. You do the maths. Is it 8 times, 9 times more townhouses than villas?
Well, I mean, I think the main thing is, you just look at, there's obviously, that's the amount of people moving to Dubai who want a home, they want an actual house rather than an apartment. And just from the amount of apartment sales, that just shows how many people, investors want a piece of the action. They want, lower budget. What can I buy? I can't afford a townhouse. I can't afford a villa, but I want to be part of what's going on in Dubai. What do I buy? Right. You buy a 1-bed apartment. Exactly. That opens it up to a huge market of people who want to live this experience of the Dubai dream.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, we can find you a very decent 2-bedroom apartment now in Dubai for what, £250,000?
I know, incredible. And
it is.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
I mean, a very nice apartment.
Just so you know, you're not going to find one in the on the Palm or in downtown or in the marina for that, or Blue Waters. But if you go 15, 20 minutes inland to some very nice communities, which are only going to get better, that is the price. Yes. So anyone who says Dubai is expensive, once again, yes, of course, some areas are the same as central London is or central Paris is. But if you want value is here. There's a lot of different things to offer you.
So another, I don't know if it's so much as a stat, but a statistic, but there's certainly the fact that deliveries, they're talking around about 30,000 properties were handed over last year.
Not enough.
Which is way behind the expectations that we had at the beginning of the year. It's 30,000. It was probably no more than the previous year, or pretty much on par with the previous year. So that's led to a huge increase in rental income for our investors.
So what that means is say there's 200,000 people moving here a year. So there's 150 to 200,000 people moving a year. Now, let's take the figure of 150. That would mean that if they've handed over 30,000 units this way, 20% of the person who have moved over here in 2023, that would only service 20% of those people. Not everybody's going to want to buy a property or live in a property. No. They might have other circumstances, but it just goes to show. Anyone who says there's going to be oversupply, do the maths, please.
Exactly. UAE ranked second only to Australia in attractive millionaires in 2023.
Really?
Yes.
I'm amazed at that.
Obviously, we've had a fantastic year in 2023. I think I got a little bit concerned about October, November, and then December, where we were off for about 2 or 3 weeks over the Christmas and New Year, was a phenomenal month in terms of transactions for the market and for House and House. And here we are in January. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. And how busy are you?
Well, this is from an investment standpoint. So we've done this job for a long year. So traditionally, and this is also from a financial aspect of working in the markets, December and January traditionally would be the quieter months for investments, because December people are obviously starting to switch off for Christmas and the festive break, and then January people are coming back from the festive break and want to see how, you know, what's going on, and then they might start getting serious towards the end of January, February. Not this year. We've had a couple of really good projects which we found are outstanding, and I believe, well, certainly for me, it's the busiest January I've had for at least 2 years. And I'm not saying I've done lots of deals or lots of transactions. I'm just saying literally the inquiries, questions, and that the appetite for getting into Dubai now rather than waiting. It's like, it's 2024, let's go. That's what I'm seeing.
I can honestly tell you, I think this reminds me of 2005, 2006.
Yeah.
The amount of business that's carrying on. And it's not just us, it's our rentals department, it's our resales department. It's gone crazy.
And it's great, because what we can do as the investment brokers is our leasing department, I don't know how many of them there is now, say 80, 90. We cover every single part of Dubai. Mm-hmm. So if I want a market report on Dubai Hills, what's going on, or Arabian Ranches or JVC, I can go and do a market report. I can also speak to the leasing agents who specialise in that area and say, what are you seeing? You know, who's making the inquiries? And it's just great extra information for us to get. For instance, you know, we know there's a lot of Europeans and people from the UK moving here, particularly the people in their 20s. They're looking at places like JVC. They've got a higher budget. You know, they want a villa or a townhouse. Dubai Hill's very expensive now. Then you've got Arabian Ranches, you've got Motor City. It's all really interesting to see where the swings and flows are. But as far as we're concerned, just having that information on tap, what's happening in resales, what's happening in who's buying, who's looking at villas, who's looking at apartments, are they end users, are they investors? And then from the leasing, so when we go to our clients and say what's going on in the market, we can give an honest appraisal based on all the things we're seeing on a daily basis. And that's just an honest take on what is going on and how we work.
Which is true.
Yes.
In fact, this brings me on to a question that I've written down. Funny enough, you know all about artificial intelligence. You've heard about this ChatGPT and all this.
I have heard of it, yeah. There's quite a few people I know who've actually got artificial intelligence.
So I put in there this morning before our podcast, I'm in a podcast with Paul Charland.
Yeah.
What 5 questions should I ask him?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you say them?
No.
Oh, okay. Move on.
Because unfortunately the answer is that they don't have enough information about you.
Don't they?
Don't exist now. To be honest,
there's pros and cons to that.
Anyway, look, one of the questions I had was, obviously we've been doing this a long time, and I believe that some of the audience we have for our podcasts are people who are thinking of coming to live in Dubai, or certainly coming to work at House and House. Now, what advice would you give to someone starting in this industry or thinking about coming to work at House and House?
Right, just to clarify the question, are you talking specifically about working for House and House over another company, or making the move from the UK or wherever to here?
I'll leave it open to you.
Okay, this is my take on it. So I'm now slightly older, so I've got a lot of friends, cousins, nephews, etc. in their 20s, and a lot of them, even, I don't care, 20s, 30s. I originally moved out of the UK in 2002. Anyway, they say to Paul, what do you think? We're thinking about making a move. We're thinking about coming to Dubai, or it might be another country. My answer to that is, if you're thinking about it, that's enough. Do it. So when I say do it, when we moved out of London, we had a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old, and I had a lovely wife, and I had a really good job in the city. I just wanted to see the world. My point is, so when I left, I worked in the city. I worked for a good company, Tullet in Tokyo. They said, Paul, look, we don't want you to go. But we get it. You want to try something else. They said, but look, if it doesn't work out, then come back to us. So that was quite nice for me. They said, come back after 6 months or 12 months. We made the move. I knew within 3 months it was the best thing we ever did. And we haven't, well, apart from, I think, 9 months in 2012, we've never lived in the UK proper since. So I would always say to anyone, please try it, because if it's not for you, If you do it for 6 months and you decide, you know what, I like my home comforts, I like my mum and my family being around the corner, I like going to my local curry house, I like going to the local pub. Great, that you enjoy life, but at least you'll never look back thinking, God, I wish I'd tried that. I wish I'd tried moving to Dubai. I tried moving to Spain. That's my answer on that.
What about the house and house element?
If you're looking to move to Dubai and you're looking to do property, then I would advise you to look at all the different companies out there, all compare them against each other. Obviously, one of those companies you should contact is House and House. Contact House and House as well, and you'll see quite easily that they're definitely the best and the nicest company to work for, who are going places, and we're all very happy, and you'll see that once you apply.
Okay, so again, another question for you on the house and house subject is what do you when you're talking to a client, do you tell them about how different house and house is?
I do actually.
Oh really?
I do. I've actually started
learning.
I've actually started doing that more recently. So
have I. Why do you think that is?
Because I'm proud. If I'm being honest.
And happy.
I'm proud and happy, and I'm very careful when I say this, but I do actually mean it.
Are you getting emotional?
I'm not getting emotional. I could do.
You look like that.
I'm, believe it or not, I'm no spring chicken, and I've been working for 30 plus years in the city, in New York, in Singapore. I've done various different jobs, and for my part, all I'd like to say is I've worked for a lot of different people and a lot of different bosses, and of all the bosses I've ever worked for over the last 30 plus years, I've got to say Simon, Luke and James, I don't even like to say it, but they're the best bosses I've ever worked for, the most understanding, the most approachable, and with the most patience, which is something I've never been blessed with. So hats off to them. What a fantastic company to work for. But I don't want to say it too much because it's going to sound like I'm grovelling, but I'm not. So,
should we talk about property? Anything you've seen recently that you like the look of?
Expo is just getting better and better. If you haven't been there yet, please go and see it. City of the future, the blueprint for other countries, other cities around the world to copy, to have the sustainable, technologically advanced cities which now people want for the future, pedestrianised, 1 million trees, incredible. So look, Expo's here, and Expo's here to stay. I think that they're obviously going to be announced, they're going to come up. We liked Acres, which is the Morass DP new villa community. JVC, we think it's a great entry-level area. We pick out the best investments to offer to our clients. It's just all round, we've got the low level, 1 to 2 million, even less type of sort of buyers or investors who are starting out. And then we've got some serious players who are looking at anything from 10 to 100 million dirhams. It's a complete mix from all over the world. That's my take on it so far.
So that's it. Expo, Oasis,
Expo,
JVC.
just Expo, I can't say enough about it, so I'm not going to keep on going on about it, apart from just go and have a look at it. Or if you want the information on it, which you haven't had access to, then please contact us, me first, or contact us both at the same time. Stephen will get back to you if he ever is able to, and we'll give you the full details. But yeah, there's going to be things coming up. Expo's the standout, which I think is going to be with us and get better over the course of this year. Other projects, we've just had a project which is going to sell out by the time this goes out, so let's not discuss it, but it's just exciting again.
Definitely. What am I working on? Yeah, there's some very good offers out there as well. There's some, there's a couple of projects that we really like Peninsula, some in Expo, etc., where there's actually some extremely good opportunities where prices are lower than we would expect them to be at the moment. And you mentioned that one project that's coming out from our friends at Ellington, which is down on the creek.
Yeah,
Jadaf, yes. Now, actually, there's 2 buildings down there. I think the first building will get sold out by the time this goes out, but there's a chance that the second building won't. And if the prices that we're being told are actually the true prices, it's an amazing offer. Amazing offer. Good payment plan. Very few apartments, unfortunately. But yes, all good. Callum again just walked past laughing and making funny faces at me.
Did he?
Yeah.
Ah.
Do you know Callum?
Well, it depends which Callum, the short one or the tall one.
The really short one.
Okay, the really short one. Okay, thanks, Callum.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, we know Ellington. We've worked with them for years. We know that there's that. If they go into a particular area, other developers think, well, why has Ellington gone into that area? And then a lot of them follow. So they've done it in JVC, done it in Business Bay. Now they're in Jeddah, Ras Al Khaimah, Meydan. But this project in Jeddah, we haven't got the full details yet, but it does look interesting because, that is old Dubai effective. It's old Dubai, but it's new Dubai. Was it 15, 20 minutes from the airport?
Oh, not even that. Doesn't time fly when you're enjoying yourself?
Yes, it does. Doesn't time fly? Thank you very much. It's been wonderful to speak to you again, Stephen. I'm going to go and have my avocado and steak and eggs again.
Having steak today?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, hence why I've lost the 7 kilos. So have you tried it, Stephen? Okay, lovely. Thank you very much. Speak to you all very soon. It's been lovely hopefully for you to listen to us.
Yes, thank you.
In a way.
It's been an absolute pleasure as always.
Cheers.
Yes.